Here are 10 things I've learned since being a fashion entrepreneur full time. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back. If you are returning, my name is Keisha, aka Keisha the Stylist. If you love thrifting, secondhand, vintage fashion taken to another level, then you're in the right place, guaranteed. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about my journey as a fashion entrepreneur. I've been a full-time fashion entrepreneur for around 2 months. A little bit about myself. I've been an entrepreneur for over a decade, but I've been a full-time entrepreneur, which means that I've been focusing on my business for 2 months. And when I say fashion entrepreneur, I call myself that because I have so many different things going on with my business. I'm not just a content creator. I'm not just a reseller. I'm not just a stylist. My company and my brand embodies all of that. So that's the reason why I call myself a fashion entrepreneur, because it's so many different hats that I wear. I also teach college classes. So I have a lot going on. So one title does not do that justice. So that's why I call myself a fashion entrepreneur. So the point of this video is to give you 10 things that I've learned since being a full-time fashion entrepreneur, and I've learned a lot. This has been a journey, but a good one at that. So I wanted to give you some things that I've learned so that I can help you out in case you are thinking about taking this journey, or if you're on this journey and you come across my video and you know that you're not alone in everything that you're feeling. So I wanted to just put what I'm going through out there so that you guys see. And if you relate, great. If you don't and things are going differently for you, that is great too. I wrote everything down on my notebooks so that I have my notes, and then I'll give you examples of what I mean by everything. Watching a content creator here on YouTube. She's new to me. I just started watching her. Her name is Carolyn Gray, I believe. And she was talking about her journey as a content creator and everything that she was going through. And she got very emotional. And I felt that because I understand the trials and tribulations. And even though I've been, like I said before, even though I've been doing this for 2 months full time, I've been running my business for over 10 years. So with that said, I am going to give you the 10 things that I've learned since being a full-time fashion entrepreneur. So let's go. So the first thing that I wanted to touch on is family support is a huge boost. So a lot of people say that strangers will support you more than family, and in some cases that is so true. But when I say my family has had my back, my family has had my back. So when I first told my brother that I was leaving my job, he was the first one to say, Keisha, you can do this, you got this. He gave me so much support. So he's been a huge support in this journey. My sister was the first one to buy a style box, and she bought not one, but two. So she put her money where her mouth was, and she bought 2 style boxes. My sister-in-law, y'all saw that style box video. She is my biggest hype person. She is so supportive. It blows my mind. She is amazing. My nephews built the foundation for my website. My family has been a huge support, and I wanted to shout them out. Thank you so much, you guys, for being so supportive, and I hope I'm doing you proud. And yeah, it just gives you a different level of energy when you have your family, when your family has your back. It just number 2, rethink your mindset. So I am not a spring chicken. I am from the days of people telling you, get a good job, stay with that company for years and years and years, and get a pension, get a retirement, do all of this, work for someone else. I don't have anything against working for someone else, working for another company. I may have to go back and do that myself, but because I've had that mindset, it is so hard for me to have an entrepreneur mindset, which means that you may not have a steady income. You may be working nonstop, and that is okay. That is your lifestyle now. You can't It is nothing like a traditional job. You have to be ready to pivot when need be. You have to be ready to make different decisions. There's a lot going on in rethinking your mindset of what it means to work is pivotal. So number 3 is most people will like to be spectators instead of supporters. Before I launched my website, I would have so many comments saying, I would love to shop your closet, style me, this, that, and the other. Since I've launched my website and since, you know, I have sales and I have this and that and I promote my website, those are my lowest performing content. My business is my lowest performing content. Let me say that again. My business content is my lowest performing content. So all of those comments about, I want to shop your closet, this, that, and the other, what happened? What happened? I'm not saying that to say like to put anybody down. I love any support. If you're watching my content, if you're liking, if you're commenting, I appreciate that wholeheartedly. But it just doesn't match up. It just doesn't match up to me. Like, you're telling me this, but I actually have the product for you, you don't want it. I don't know. That boggles my mind. So number 4 is life will be a roller coaster. Every day will be a different emotion. One day you will be like, oh, I love my life. I can't believe I'm doing what I love. I just feel the happiest that I have felt in forever or ever. Then the next day you're like, what the heck? How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? You go into a depression. And this may not be every other day. This may be every other hour. So life is like a roller coaster and you don't have that steady paycheck. Well, I still have a steady because I am an instructor as well, but you don't have that. You may not have the amount of money that you was making before in a steady paycheck form. So your mind will be stress, happiness, stress, happiness, stress, happiness. That's how your mind is going to go. So it's going to be a roller coaster ride. You just have to be along for the ride. Number 5, make sure you are legal. This is very important. Like, super important. Make sure you legalize your business. When I first started my business, I was a sole proprietorship. That means that everything is under my personal and my business is all together. There's no separation. Since I was going at this full time and on this and trying to build this, I decided to go with the LLC now because I really want to focus on my business and growing my business. So I wanted to make sure if that business grows, it's separate from my personal. So I have 2 separate lives. I have my personal life, I have my personal funds, I have my business funds, I have my business life. So those are 2 separate. So, and I made that legal. All of the paperwork, all of that. So definitely make your business. To clarify, legal. My business was legal before, but it is also legal now. And I just had a sole proprietorship before, and now I have an LLC. So number 6, price your items to market value. The beginning idea of my closet was to put everything online that I wanted to sell out of my closet in one place, and people could buy it. That means I'm trying to like just give these items away basically. So I didn't do any market research and I just put the pricing up there. Okay, a Gucci trench coat, $400. What? Where? If I would have did my research, I would have known that this Gucci trench coat is worth over $1,000. And I did this in my previous job that did this. So I just wanted to get this out and have people to put this in my closet so that people could buy it, so that, you know, it could be low enough so people would buy it. But I wasn't thinking in the business mindset. This is a business. I have to make sure that I'm pricing these items correctly so that they sell at their value, so that I can make the money that I need to make to keep running this business. So my mindset had to change from, let me just give these items away basically, to I'm a business. I have to run it like a business. So number 7, this ties back to the last point. Do sales and discounts if that is your business structure, but do not give items away for free. Do not. So when I first started my closet, I did discounts and sales constantly, and I was doing 40% off, and my items were already priced super, super low, and I was just pretty much giving them away for free. But I had to reevaluate and step back and say, hey, I can't sustain a business like that. So I had to seriously think about how much of a discount do I want to give and how often do I want to do sales. Number 8, set pricing to include your labor. One thing that I have learned is that I am a perfectionist. I want things to be perfect or as perfect as they can be, especially when I'm doing a style box. I want you to love your items. So that means that I'm going to go to multiple thrift stores. That means I'm going to wash and clean and scrub and do all of this stuff. I'm going to customize. I'm going to just do a lot. And I'm going to put a lot of love into these items. So I need to make sure that I'm putting that labor into my pricing so that I'm not putting more time and manpower in these boxes than I'm making as far as the money is concerned. So I have to balance that out. And also with that, I just shipped a package off and I paid $44. The person only paid $15. So me paying $44 for shipping is cutting into the profit that I could be making. And I'm already setting my pricing very competitive, like very, pretty low for style boxes. So I have to think about like, how can I not put my client out, but also how can I balance this shipping out and make it make sense for the both of us? So that is what I'm having to figure out now. Number 9 is stay true to yourself. This is something that I had to go back to. I recently did an overview of my closet and I was just looking at my closet, not my physical closet, but when I say my closet, I mean my website and the portion of my website that is for resale. That is what I mean when I say my closet. So I was looking at my closet and I was looking at everything that I had listed, and those items did not reflect me, did not reflect my style, did not reflect what I wanted to offer. So I had to do a overhaul of my closet, and now I'm putting up vintage items, unique items, things that I would wear myself. That is what I'm putting up now. I had to go back to who I am and what I wanted to represent and what I wanted to sell to the people out there in order to create my business identity. I had to go back to the basics of what I stand for, if that makes sense. Number 10, this ties into the last point of stay true to yourself. Be your biggest cheerleader. This is very pivotal. Those days that you don't want to get up, those days that you're too tired to do anything, you have to cheer yourself on to make things happen. Those days that you're like, oh, how am I going to pay this bill because I don't have a steady paycheck? You have to be, and knowing that things will happen, you will make things happen. So be your biggest cheerleader. So this is a bonus one. This is something I had to learn and I'm still learning. My sister has to remind me of this. Give yourself permission to rest. The first month or so that I was at this, I was constantly working. You know what happened to me? I got sick and I was down for 2 days. I was in bed for 2 days. I kept working. And my mindset, it goes back to that mindset of I have to make money because I don't have a steady income. So I have to keep pushing this stuff out. So I have to keep doing this. I have to keep doing that. But you have to also give yourself time to rest. If you will not be good for anyone else, including yourself, and you won't be making no money. So those are the 10 things that I've learned since being a full-time entrepreneur for the past 2 months. If you can relate, please comment. If you want to know more, please comment. Also, I am thinking about doing 2 videos. Let me know in the comments what days should those be. Should it be a Wednesday and a Saturday, Wednesday and a Sunday? Should it be a Thursday and a Sunday? Let me know what you guys think. And let me know, what do you want to see from me? I do fashion, I do secondhand, thrifting, estate sales. I did a vlog. I may do more vlogging. What do you want to see? Just let me know in the comments. Remember to please subscribe. I'm trying to hit my 500 followers by the end of this year. So please, 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 and thank you. Also share. Please share the content. So if you know a girly, you know someone who loves thrifting, secondhand fashion, and all of that, send her my way. Send him my way, because send them my way. That is it for today. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good weekend, have a good weekday whenever you're watching this video, and I will catch you next time.